despite the economic hardships that we have had since 2011, which escalated in 2013. Over the past few months, we have been seeing the numbers of registrations of new companies in Cyprus increasing month by month.
Cyprus is one of the world's most promising international business centers, offering unique strategic advantages and an abundance of new investment opportunities. This was the main theme of the first annual USA Business Forum held at the Harvard Club of New York on March 11th. During the Full House event, investors, business executives, and professionals from the New York financial community heard from high-level officials and expert panelists from Cyprus, including the Cypriot Minister of Energy, Commerce, Industry and Tourism, Yiorgos Lakkotrypis. In his welcoming remarks, Cyprus Trade Commissioner Aristos Constantin laid out that Cyprus offers the most important things for U.S. businesses, such as access, legitimacy, reliability, access through Cyprus EU membership and broad double tax treaty network, legitimacy as an onshore jurisdiction fully compliant with all international standards and practices, and reliability through rule of law and the highest standard of services. Mr. Trade Commissioner, congratulations. You had a full house of people. I mean, you had standing room today.
Yeah, we had standing room.
It was good. I would like your reaction to tonight's, to this afternoon's presentation. Very good speakers.
Of course, the speakers were excellent, and as I said in my introductory remarks, they reflect the caliber of the people of Cyprus in general, and the reason why we're so well known for the quality of our services. As you said, there's a great deal of interest in what we have to offer. We were oversubscribed, standing room, and I think the presentations were covered the entire spectrum of what Cyprus has to offer. This was, in truth, a Cyprus-US forum, and it is a model I would like to see replicated on an annual basis, if not more frequently, because the US market definitely needs to be approached proactively.
Now, you put this together, of course, the Cyprus Trade Center put this together. You want to tell us a little bit about who was in the audience?
Well, I should clarify the following. The Cyprus Trade Center organized in cooperation with the Cyprus Chamber of Commerce and Industry and with the Cyprus Investment Promotion Agency, without whose initiative we would not be here today. The audience was made up of some of the biggest names, whether in finance, legal, international business, hedge funds, private equity. The audience was very mixed, but also they had one thing in common, that they were at the top of their game.
Did you have any feedback yet? I know you just finished, but did you have any feedback?
We had a great deal of feedback, and in fact there was a rush to grab copies of the material and the presentation, and we ran out. So we are following up with emailing the material, and I think over the next few days, as we connect with the members of the audience, there are going to be multiple meetings set up. In fact, multiple meetings have already been requested for the next few days with members of the delegation. Overall, a resounding success.
Bravo, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The Secretary General of the Cyprus Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Marios Chakis, reinforced the message of the three key elements: access, legitimacy and reliability, by elaborating on the unique opportunities Cyprus offers for American investors. I would like your overview of today's discussion. Are you hopeful that you're reaching the right audience to bring investment in Cyprus?
I think we had a very good conference. We had the opportunity to inform the U.S. companies and business people about the opportunities that Cyprus can offer to them. Cyprus is a small country but a very dynamic economy. It has been through some difficulties since 2008, when the international crisis has started, which culminated with the 2013 events with the banking sector. Now the country is back on track. The private sector is getting back and it's trying to find new investors to boost the economy. The banking sector has been recapitalized fully through two processes, actually, the bail-in situation and through foreign investments. And I start on this, on the second part, because foreign investments in the banking sector, a lot has come from US investors, so it's a clear indication that they have heard and learned about Cyprus. Then we have the government, which is again putting itself in place and in a better order. As a country, we have recorded positive primary surpluses of the public finances for the first year for many years now. So the economy is going back to recovery. We believe in the U.S. Investors, mainly because of the hydrocarbons discoveries in Cyprus, which attracted the interest of American companies. And we are sure that given the fact that they know very well the sector, already a couple of American companies have invested in there. Mentioned.
That is a long-term investment, though, right? It's not like tomorrow or next year.
Okay, that is a long-term investment with a lot of billions involved, and that is very important.
Right.
In short-term investments, we have seen a number of investments from American companies in Cyprus. That's why we came here to inform them about other prospects that there are there, the tourism sector, the health, education, shipping. So there are a lot of prospects for American investors and companies to come to Cyprus. They should not see Cyprus market only. That will be a mistake. Cyprus market is a small one. They should see Cyprus as a base to reach the nearby economies and markets, which are huge and great, and taking advantage of the many benefits of tax and other benefits that Cyprus is offering. A good place to live, a European country.
And a beautiful weather.
And a beautiful weather. I stress that on my 300 days of sunshine throughout the year. So they should see Cyprus as a base in reaching the nearby markets of the Gulf, the Middle East, even China. I should mention Russia as well. I know that it will not sound very good for America at this time, but Russia is a big market, and they can do a lot of business through Cyprus. Let's hope that at some stage sanctions will be lifted and more trade will start with these countries. So Cyprus is a very attractive destination for U.S. companies to establish themselves.
Minister Lakkotrypis, the keynote speaker, picked up on the theme of Cyprus as an important business center in the Eastern Mediterranean. Cyprus, he said, has overcome the obstacles associated with its 2013 banking crisis in record time, and it is now back on track to restoring its place as one of the most favored international financial centers in Europe. He went on to talk about the measures Cyprus is taking to build upon its advantages as a quality and high-standard international business center and to capitalize on new opportunities developing around the region. The Cypriot minister provided an in-depth presentation as to why Cyprus is the ideal destination for international investors, noting also that the country counts on its most valuable and distinctive asset, its people. The people of Cyprus, as he stressed, ensure that the country's competitive advantages are maintained by using their resourcefulness, entrepreneurship, and professionalism to develop existing and new sectors of growth. The minister also spoke about how Cyprus is currently actively developing significant natural gas deposits discovered in its offshore exclusive economic zone. Minister Lakkotrypis, welcome to New York. As I mentioned earlier during my other interviews, that was a standing room only today. What is your overview feeling from today's event?
First of all, thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure to be in New York. Today's day was dedicated to advance the business trade between Cyprus and the US. As you could see, we had a very successful event with a full house audience where we presented where Cyprus stands, what is the current situation, and what are the opportunities that the country provides for investors from the United States. We look forward to see the outcome of the bilateral meetings that are happening right now between the business world, and we hope that we will have solid results very soon.
Now, one interesting point in your presentation and the presentation of the other speakers is the fact that finally Cyprus decided to open a casino, which will bring a lot of revenue. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
We are indeed in the final stages of voting and enacting the legislation for the creation of an integrated casino resort. we have decided to take this model of one license exclusive for 15 years in order to be able to attract a significant investment that would help us improve the tourism experiences that we are providing in the country.
Mr. Trump might be interested.
We hope so, or the likes of Mr. Trump. So we hope that we will be voting the legislation in the next couple of weeks. From there on, we will be issuing open tender procedures in order to license the successful bidder.
Mr. Minister, as I mentioned also earlier in my interviews with the guest speakers this afternoon, Cyprus went through a hardship in 1974 following the invasion and subsequent occupation and created the miracle. And then you had this bump on the road in 2013, which of course it was not Cyprus's fault. It was because you were tied with Greece, the bonds in Greece. And again, you're creating the miracle. Once again, you want to elaborate on that and explain to our audience how Cyprus has come back and actually is coming back and even faster.
We are indeed coming back. We are coming back faster than anyone has anticipated because we are following a prudent, pragmatic policy about what things need to be done, what structural reforms need to get us here. I have to stress we're not out of the woods yet, but we are pretty close. We do anticipate that in 2015 we have a marginal growth, but a primary surplus as well. So with methodical work, maintaining a prudent strategy, but at the same time opening up to the rest of the world for foreign direct investments will help us get there.
Since you're addressing an American audience, what do you think is the best investment in Cyprus? I mean, I know tourism is something, but what is the best investment you think in Cyprus, and why in Cyprus?
Well, today we have, you have seen in the presentations a wide range of possibilities. I cannot pinpoint and say what is the best investment.
Okay.
There is something to be had for almost everyone that were in the room today, be it from the telecommunications to electricity to power, energy, oil and gas, tourism, shipping, potentially professional services. There is a whole range of possibilities, and I would urge U.S. investors to explore them further.
Also speaking at the forum was the Cyprus Commissioner for Privatizations, Konstantinos Irodotou, and a group of expert panelists from Cyprus financial services industry who spoke about the banking system, the business environment within the legal framework, the international tax structure, renewable energy projects, global wealth management, and the Cyprus funds industry, as well as the importance of Cyprus as a regional hub for multinationals. So, as an attorney who's in Cyprus, just tell me how it works for somebody who wants to invest in Cyprus, how the process, is it an easy process? Is it, because, you know, people complain that investing in Greece is very difficult, so much bureaucracy. What's the differences in Cyprus?
Well, Cyprus has taken many steps of ensuring that its financial service industry has become increasingly regulated. And so for any type of investor or person who wants to deal with Cyprus needs to ensure that his service providers are properly regulated. Because of the new regulations in place, it puts a lot of increased standards within the service industry, especially with the lawyers and accountants and so on. In our case, for example, we work with a lot of correspondent firms here in New York, and so we work together with them in ensuring that the client's needs are met and that we can provide full service.
Cyprus is conveniently located in the Eastern Mediterranean at the crossroads of three major continents, Europe, Asia, and Africa, an important factor which makes the island an even more desirable business hub. Moreover, Cyprus is a member of the European Union and has in place a legal system which provides a familiar environment to the international business community when doing business on the island. As explained by the chairman of CIPA, that is the Cyprus Investment Promotion Agency, Christodoulos Angastinotis, his agency plays a leading role in constantly developing and modernizing the country's legal framework by promoting new and improved legislation in a number of areas in an effort to further improve the overall investment environment. Mr. Angastignotis, nice presentation today. I would like your impressions about today's panel discussion on investing in Cyprus.
I think it was a very interesting panel. I think the audience was really interested to hear what are the investment opportunities in Cyprus. They also were very pleased to hear that Cyprus is heading in the right direction towards getting out of the crisis that we had in 2013, that a lot of new laws are in place. Our international lenders are very happy with our performance, and we are expected to get out of the loan agreement with Troika much earlier than originally anticipated. Also, they were very pleased to hear that we have significant new investments, foreign direct investments into Cyprus from the United States as well, in the sectors of the hydrocarbons, tourism industry, banks, and in many other sectors as well.
Tell me a little bit about the organization you're heading, which is part of the government.
The Cyprus Investment Promotion Agency, known as CIPA, otherwise also known as Invest Cyprus, is a private company that belongs to the state and is managed by a board of directors appointed by the government. We have a three-fold mandate. One is to promote Cyprus as an investment center in different sectors of the economy. We have to offer facilitation and services to existing and prospective investors, I make their life easy. And third, we have to consult with the government in making that investment product more attractive to investors.
Now, we all know that following the 1974 Turkish invasion, Cyprus created the miracle by recovering and becoming one of the most important countries in the region. Everybody was enjoying wealth in Cyprus, and then we had the 2013 banking crisis that Cyprus fell into that. How do you convince the American investor that you're not going to have such crisis again?
Trust us, we're going to do the miracle again. We are controlling the expenses of the public sector. We are attracting foreign investments. We have recapitalized our banks. We have receiving more and more upgradings by the international rating agencies. We are heading in the right direction, and we are convinced we're going to do this miracle again much faster than everybody else anticipated.
I know. I come from Cyprus, and I know the persistence of the Cypriots, and they're very hardworking people. And I think they fell into a trap back in 2013 because the banking system was tied to Greece. Other than that, I don't think Cyprus would have fallen into that trap.
It was the fact that we were very much related to Greece. We were very much exposed to Greece. We were very much exposed into government bonds from Greece. But we are ring-fenced now, and we are very confident that we are going to put Cyprus in the right track again.
The banking system of Cyprus is harmonized with EC directives, and under the regulation and supervision of the Central Bank of Cyprus ensures a safe and stable financial system, while the country provides an effective and transparent tax system that is fully compliant with EU laws and regulations. It is considered among the most attractive tax systems in Europe and most appealing worldwide thanks to its simplicity. Combining the mild weather Cyprus enjoys almost all year round, the low crime rate, the great hospitality of the Cypriots, the island is not only one of the most desired touristic destinations, but also the ideal place to live and to do business. Mr. Lappert, tell me a little bit about your company, and you told me earlier you come from Texas. You're involved in energy.
Yes.
And Cyprus now has energy.
Yes.
So Texas is on the go.
Texas is
So
on the go.
tell me a little bit about your company.
My company is Lappert Risk Advisors, and I'm also the chairman of the Energy Risk Program for the Global Association of Risk Professionals. And we do energy advice and risk advisory for quite a few global companies in energy risk with regards to their development of their petroleum industry, similar as to how they're developing theirs in Cyprus.
Now, as a guest here, this very successful event this afternoon, what are your thoughts? How would you evaluate the presentation? Do you found it Good, very good, excellent?
Oh, I thought it was great. I think that the Cyprus government is very much on point as having developed their natural resources and are becoming heir apparent, if you will, to petroleum income in their economy that they've not ever had. They're very much on track with where they need to be. They've got a very forward-thinking plan and views, and I think it's going to be some very exciting news for them in the future as they start to have petroleum as part of their economic plan.
And finally, as someone involved in energy, is there an advice you would like to give to Cyprus?
Well, energy risk management being my field, it's always that you look out in the future, try and find the obstacles of risk that can help you from having problems. But I think for them and for Cyprus, I think they're very much on track with that and have got well-laid plans.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Following the presentation of the event, Minister Lakkotrypis met with members of the Cyprus-US Chamber of Commerce and exchanged a few ideas as to how the US-based Cyprus Chamber of Commerce can further support the idea of attracting American investors in Cyprus. The first annual Cyprus-USA Business Forum was indeed a huge success in terms of attendance, as well as emanating the strong message to international investors that Cyprus is ready for business. The event was organized by the Cyprus Embassy Trade Center in New York in conjunction with the Cyprus Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Cyprus Investment Promotion Agency.